SMT Nation, we back. Things are getting pretty messy, pretty bad at Verizon. We're going to cover this story here from Mike Dano, and this is light reading. I'll link the article in the description box for you. Um, the Verizon CEO, Hans Vestberg, has indicated at an investor conference that phone customer losses are going to continue, and they are going to be very apparent in Q3 numbers. Those numbers are likely going to be coming out probably second or third week of October. So we're about a month away. So essentially, it sounds to me like he's kind of, I don't know, bracing people for this. The first quote to open the article: "We are still going to have a negative net adds on phones in the third quarter." Wow. So at the investor conference, he's telling investors it's not better yet. Broadly speaking, Vestberg's situation at Verizon is growing increasingly dire. This will be the third consecutive quarter where Verizon has losses of some sort, including declines in the number of phone customers in the mobile business. This is a first time in the company's history. So let's backtrack this a bit. Historically, Verizon has weak Q1s. They usually bounce back Q2. They didn't bounce back Q2. They followed up Q1 with a worse Q2 in some ways. And now, with a set of losses coming in Q3, they break or introduce a new record of 3 consecutive losing quarters, something that's never been done at Verizon's history, all under Hans Vestberg. You guys see where I'm going with this? What is it about Verizon today that makes them different than, say, several years ago where this wasn't happening, where they didn't have losses? It's him. He's the leader of the company. It's his vision. It's his execution. He's already gotten rid of the people that were there all these years. Tammy's gone. Can't blame her, right? She's not in that same position anymore in the business segment. In fact, with her gone, the business segment has regressed, and it was really the only bright spot going through most of last year and coming into this year. They have Manon now, who is took over for Ronan Dunn, uh, unceremoniously, relieved of his duties. Here's Hans. He's the last one left, and things are not getting better. Here's the trend. This is not an industry problem. We've already kind of established that. AT&T continues to grow. T-Mobile continues to grow. They are adding millions every quarter, collectively. Meanwhile, people are still willing to pay for the Verizon network. They just don't want to pay Verizon for it. They would prefer to pay Spectrum Mobile. They would prefer to pay Xfinity Mobile. They would prefer to pay US Mobile and Visible and all these other companies, who none of them are reporting losses. Only Verizon is reporting losses, right? Now, according to this, he went on to say things like, "We're clearly the number one in the market. He's not satisfied. We think we compete really good in a competitive market." How? In what realm of the universe do losses indicate that you compete? That is just lying, right? It's just BS. And speaking on the new Welcome Unlimited plan, for those of you that aren't aware, the new Welcome Unlimited plan pricing model was basically introduce an entry level unlimited plan at a price point that more people would be attracted to, because clearly customers think Verizon is expensive, and with cost cutting kind of on the forefront of the American economy and the American citizen's mind, people are looking for better deals and looking to spend less. He says it's working. So how are their losses? And it's working. This doesn't make any sense. Nobody's buying what you're selling, Hans. This is wolf tickets. Everything he's saying now at this point is wolf tickets. Until he produces a winning quarter, he's lying through his teeth. So if he's saying expect losses in Q3, there's nothing good to report. It's working and all this other stuff. What are you saying? The Welcome Unlimited is reducing the losses, right? So maybe you'd be losing 2 million customers a quarter as opposed to just losing a couple 100,000, right? Maybe is that what it is? We're just reducing how much blood loss there is, right? The bleeding is still there. We're seeing rise in churns. Expectations are that's not going to be stopping, right? They raised pricing and stuff on some plans, so people are leaving. They're looking for cheaper options. With all due respect to what they do as a business, this is all like retail and sales, But I mean, they're doing one hell of a job with their network. They've got 10 billion in dedicated spending towards mid-band, C-band, right? That network, the 5G ultra wideband. I think all that is looking good. We can celebrate the network all we want, but if the business is failing, then what the hell are the upgrades for, right? He went on to say things like, "This is just making the best network even better." Fine. Apparently, people don't care. They're clearly going to AT&T and T-Mobile, and they like your network, so they're also going to MNOs, or excuse me, MVNOs, big cable. All right, the Total by Verizon offers that we covered in yesterday's video, how they kind of rebranded Total Wireless to Total by Verizon. They basically structured the plans essentially the same as Verizon Prepaid. That's not going to get it done. Verizon Prepaid has no growth, the actual branded. So why would they do it? Why? What? Because it's called Total. Now people are going to buy it. What type of nonsense is this? Who is this guy kidding? He looks extremely incompetent at what he's doing right now. Hans Vestberg, I think, at the end of the day, when he says things like we have more growth vectors than anyone else in the telecom market, I swear if we see losses in Q3 on the mobile side, and if we see little to no gain in the fixed wireless, so their 5G home, I don't think this guy's going to last very long. The board's probably going to want to act, right? Find a replacement. If the turnaround, and this is what we're hearing, right? The turnaround is expected Q1 of next year. That's what he's saying, right? He's saying the reversal will come in Q1 of 2023. So what did we do this year? What did we accomplish, Verizon? What did we accomplish, Hans? A year of losses every quarter? Or how about can we look at the fact that the rest of the market is growing and you had no impact on that growth? You made no gains. AT&T's been growing like crazy. T-Mobile's still growing like crazy, even post-merger. You open the door of possibilities, the windows of opportunities for big cable to get involved, right? You enabled them, and here they are taking share from you, right? What are we supposed to do here? What positive angle, what type of belief are we supposed to have? A year of losses? I mean, I'm not a believer in when people say like Verizon's the new Sprint or T-Mobile's the new Sprint. I don't believe in that because Sprint had a horrible network and that's why people were leaving them. People are leaving Verizon because of pricing, uncompetitiveness, or some other factor other than network. So they're not like in that way. It's not similar in that way. But clearly Verizon does not move the needle. Their marketing doesn't work. Their pricing doesn't work. Their offers don't work. I mean, Hans was saying that the Welcome Unlimited plan is working. Okay, so you got losses. He's also saying that the new iPhone plan, right? The iPhone Unlimited plan, that specific one, he said that's working. How would he even know? The phone didn't even launch yet. It didn't even get delivered. I'm going to talk to my internal contacts at Verizon and I'm going to see. I know some people in retail. I know some people there and I can ask them. I can tell you right now that we're starting to see promotions find their way onto accounts that are Welcome Unlimited, which is unheard of. That plan is not really designed. It's designed as a BYOD account, right? So we're starting to see them kind of pulling back a little bit on their stringent policies of which plans get, the best deals and stuff. It's usually the premium unlimited plans, but looks like that's kind of, you know, not the case. And also, I'm already getting reports from some people internally that sales are awful and traffic is slow. I mean, that's been going on and that hasn't changed. I haven't seen any indication of it turning around. This is all wolf tickets. Any positivity at Verizon right now strictly lies in the network. None of it lies in the business operations or the growth. Absolutely not the case. No way, no how. And if we start to see losses, we've already heard of churn spiking with the home internet because it's tied to wireless and they don't compete in traditional mobility. It's hurting them. I'm gonna put me on the record on this, folks. They might have to resort to selling their home internet through prepaid brands, right? And having people bundle both the prepaid mobile service and the prepaid 5G home because it's not working on their postpaid brand. And when your postpaid brand doesn't work, you don't work. Is Verizon reserving itself to become a prepaid carrier or something? They say they want to compete, in prepaid and they got tricks up their sleeves. What is this? This is the most unfocused version of Verizon I've ever seen. Meanwhile, we've never seen a more focused T-Mobile ever, and we've never seen a more focused AT&T ever. And there's more disruptors in the marketplace than ever before with MVNOs and other options and competitors. Unbelievable, unacceptable. Just because you tell us there's going to be losses doesn't make it okay, Hans. You're losing, dog. You're holding L's. Comment down below on all the commentary in today's video. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Twitter handle, my Gmail address for business inquiries, and my Patreon page, all down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Peace.